Ladies, did you know that there are 4 phases of business growth? Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to dispel any myths about where you're at in your business right now, what the next level is for you, and what you need to focus on to accelerate up to the next level in business. So here's what this is, here's who this is for. Man, need to have more coffee today. All right, ladies, if you are a service-based female business leader, an online entrepreneur, that is a coach, a consultant, advisor, a therapist, a thought leader, an expert, an author, a designer, anything of that ilk, I want you to put down your coffee and I want you to pick up your pen because, baby, you are going to want to know what I'm about to share with you. Hey, Jody, love seeing you here. Okay, 4 phases of business growth. Here they come. And Jody and the rest of you ladies that are here watching live or the replay, do me a solid and type the hashtag golden nuggets in the comments below and let me know what you're thinking of this content. Okay, 4 phases. Now, to describe these 4 phases of your business, thanks, Jody, I'm going to use the analogy or the metaphor of spinning plates, right? Spinning plates, you know, like an acrobat who is spinning a bunch of different plates and keeping them spinning all at the same time, right? You're cool with that analogy? All right. It's an apt analogy because guess what? As an entrepreneur and business leader in your business, trying to grow to the next level, it can truly feel like we are spinning a million plates, not wanting any of them to drop or stall. And we know we need to keep them all spinning so that things keep growing. So play with me here. Phase 1 of your business is the challenge of you figuring out which plates to spin, and you're doing it all on your own. Phase number 1 in your business is spinning probably a couple of different plates, but you have no idea if they are the right ones, and you're doing it all on your own. So you're trying to figure out what are your offers and what's your pricing, what's your website, what's social media all about, how to have sales conversations. Each of these things are individual plates that you need to keep spinning in your business to keep income, clients, and the good times rolling. But the fears at this stage are, number 1, what the hell plates should I be spinning? And are these even the right plates? Should I be focusing on a website? Should I be focused on growing a social media following? Should I be focused on figuring out my sales conversions? All of these different plates. You don't know which ones are the right ones to spin, and you're doing it all on your own. This phase of business is typically characterized by very little income. And when there is income, it's sporadic, right? There could be months, weeks of no paychecks. It's a lot of effort and scattered focused. And typically what happens, these functions in our business at this phase 1, is that we'll get really good at spinning one plate. Like maybe we've focused for weeks or months on a website and we've got it. And then we take our focus off of it and transfer it onto maybe perfecting a new offer. So it's around spinning one plate and then letting it stall and then starting another plate. So there's a lot of starts and stops. Sound familiar to any of you? I know, Erica, you're here. Love it. Okay, so this is phase 1 of 4 levels of business growth as a service-based and online entrepreneur. The first phase is there's a ton of plates. You don't know which are the right ones to spin, and it's all on you, baby. And it's a lot of starts and stops. You get one spinning, and then you take your focus off of it and turn on to something else. All right, phase number 2. Are you ready for it? And have you, for those of you that are here watching the replay or live, do you identify with phase number 1? Have you been there? Have you mastered it? Have you moved on? Let me know in the comments. Okay, phase 2. Phase 2 is where you finally realize you're spinning the right plates. You know what to focus on in your business, but the catch here is that you're still spinning all those plates in your business all by yourself. It is still primarily an individual effort, and you may be hitting your head against a ceiling because it's just your individual effort that's driving the business forward, predominantly. So phase number 2 in your business is where you have figured out which things to focus in, that is, which plates to spin, but you're doing it all on your own still. Erica says, I've been learning and building so long that it's been tough to switch over to sales and focusing on servicing my clients now. Okay, cool. Stephanie, love seeing you here, my dear. Okay, I should backtrack a little bit. Phase 1, now these are signposts, general guidelines for income brackets, but everybody's business is individual to yourself. So typically phase 1 for a service-based solo entrepreneur, we will see an income of 50,000 or less, plus or minus, right? Depending on your pricing, your clientele, your niche, but typically under the $100,000 gross sales is where we see entrepreneurs hanging out in phase 1. Phase number 2, the good news is you know what plates to spin in your business, but you're still primarily doing it all on your own. Now, even at working maximum capacity and being really disciplined with your time and a rock star at those plates that you are spinning, you're typically still bumping your head up against an income ceiling of 150,000 or less, okay? Plus or minus. Some people get there at 100,000, some people it's 150, 120, but that's typically where we see somewhere between like the 80 and 150,000 is phase number 2, where you are maxing out, tapping out on how much you can physically do without falling into exhaustion. So phase number 2, one of the real problems is that when you stop working, you stop earning. Anybody relate to that? And you have this growing sense of anxiety that you can't take your eye off of social media. You can't stop booking sales conversations, or the whole thing comes crashing down. The good news is this phase 2, you have done some critical things right. You have mastered your offer. So you know what you're offering, you know who your ideal client is, and you have a successful string of client delivery experiences. You have regular clients and income, but you're hitting a ceiling because you're still doing it all on your own. The marketing, the delivery, the completion, and then the promotion again of a new crop of clients. So you're doing some things really well here, but you're maxing out because it's still primarily a one-woman show. That's phase number 2. Anybody relate to that? Yeah, baby. Type of comments. Yeah, thumbs up, hearts. Awesome. Thanks for that feedback, ladies. Okay. Phase number 3, who wants to hear about this? Because this is where stuff gets really sexy, really fast. Not that it's easy, right? Not that it's easy. There's still focus and hard work. But phase number 3 is where there are some sexy new decisions to be made. So phase number 3, in keeping with our spinning plates analogy, this is where you know what are the right plates to spin, right? Still from phase 2. But in this critical phase, you shift. You are no longer doing it all on your own. You are now putting in the right supports to help you spin strategic plates in your business, where you are hiring people, maybe part-time, maybe contract, maybe full-time. Depends on you, your business model, and your trajectory of growth. But here's the questions that you get hung up on in this phase 3. You're worried about hiring people who are either smarter than you, can do things in a more sophisticated fashion, or you're debating, do I hire people to do lower level, simpler tasks? Do I delegate the simple stuff, or do I hire to do things more complicated and more sophisticatedly? That's one of the biggest challenges for a woman in this phase 3 of business, where you know what plates to spin, and you're ready to stop spinning them all yourself, attracting the right people. So the fears in this level, ladies, are you're afraid of hiring the wrong people, right? One bad hire might feel like it's going to explode or destroy your business. This keeps you up at night. What also keeps you up at night in phase 3 of your business is that you're worried about the weight of having employees relying on you for their income. You're worried about cash flowing that team and being able to keep sales running predictably, consistently, so that you can continue to pay and hire your team. Hey, Jen, thanks for being here as well. That's phase 3. Now, this is a great phase to be in because these are great problems, because this is the critical phase where you go from struggling solopreneur, spinning all the plates all on your own, to attracting teams so that you can do things more gracefully, do things in a more elevated way, Do things in a way that feels more elegant. It's not just you all by yourself. And yet, you have to slay the dragon of figuring out, who do I hire, when, and at what level, because you cannot keep doing it at the same pace all on your own and still expect to grow. Here's the thing. You will never, and I want everybody to take note of this, grab ye old pen and write this down. You will never work so hard as you do to earn your first 6 figures. Now, whether your first 6 figures is 100 grand or whether it's 200 grand, but that first major step up and boost in your income, you will never work so hard as for your first 1 or 2 6 figures, 100,000, 200,000, somewhere in there. You are working at a pace that most people do not have the mettle for. They don't have the grit. And that's why they go back and get a regular job and a regular paycheck. Okay? You will never work so hard. So if any of you listening right now feel like you're on the verge of overwhelm, you're on the verge of burnout, and you don't know how long you can keep this up, or you're starting to dust off the old resume and contemplate going back to a regular job, know that that is a perfectly normal position to be in. You are tapping out in terms of the level that you're working at and the level of your individual effort being contributed to your income. You are right where you need to be. You're in phase 3, baby, which is a great phase to be, but one where you need support to make some strategic and critical hiring decisions, so it's not just you spinning all those plates. Now, for a bit of a financial flag or a financial litmus test, typically where I see female entrepreneurs in phase 3 is in that $120,000 to $200,000 range, right? They're starting to try on hiring people, VAs, social media assistants, community managers, bookkeepers, accountants, maybe some sales and marketing help. They're trying on hiring different functions in their business to elevate and escalate their income. Now, phase 4. Do you want to know what phase 4 is? And phase 4 is kind of like the holy grail of where we all want to be and what we have in our mind's eye when we set out to be an entrepreneur and our own boss. Ladies, Stephanie, Jan, Erica, Jody, and those of you here watching the replay, what do you think so far? In our analogy of 4 phases of business, can you guess what phase number 4 is? Number 1, I'm going to recap. Phase 1 is you're just trying to figure out what the heck plates to spin, and you're spinning one at a time, and you're doing it all alone. Phase 2 is where you figure out which plates to spin in your business to create consistent income, to master your offers and generate clients on a regular basis, but you're still doing it all on your own and you're tapping out in terms of individual effort. Phase number 3 is where you get beyond that first 6 figures and you start to be able to hire people into your team so that you can work more gracefully, more elegantly, and at a more elevated level. You're spinning the right plates, and finally, you're not the only one spinning them in your business. Now, if you can accelerate through phase 3 gracefully and quickly, what lies on the other side of phase 3 is the coveted phase 4, which is where we all want to get to, where you are not only spinning the right plates, but it's actually not you spinning them all anymore. In fact, there are other people in your business. You are a legit business. You are no longer a struggling solopreneur where there are other people strategically and consistently spinning the plates to keep your business rolling, baby. Where there's automation through technology, there's delegation through strategic hires, and there's specialization for you. So those dreaded lower level tasks or the tasks that are not your area of strength can be lovingly delegated to someone else. And you get to specialize in your zone of genius, whether that's coaching clients, marketing your services, writing and creating your products, whatever it is. This, my dear, is what you have been waiting for. And frankly, what your marketplace has been waiting for as well, because this is your most elevated position where you get to play in your zone of genius, Create products and services that truly delight your marketplace and continually work with a team that's just as devoted as you are. This is where movements are created. This is where empires are built. And this is where you get to go and sit on a beach for long stretches of time because you have reliable players in your business helping you move the needle. Mwah! Boom! Isn't that what we all want? To get to phase 4. So here's the thing. I want you to know, if you see yourself in phase 1, 2, or 3, know, hey, we all have to go through these phases. There are no passes. There are no leapfrogs. We have to go through each of these phases and the growing pains required within to grow into and become the woman who can handle the success at level number 4. There are no gimmies. There are no shortcuts, but we can accelerate through phases of our business development, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We can accelerate through the more painful spots when we have a mentor who's been there before. Hey, Robin, love that you're here as well. When we have a mentor that has been there where we are and is beyond where we want to go, when we have a community of like-minded business besties who are in the trenches with us to help us normalize, celebrate, and accelerate through challenges, and when we have the appropriate tools, processes, systems, and structures to support growth at each of these unique levels of business. Level 1, level 2, number 3, and number 4. So here's the thing. In order for you to accelerate most quickly and most elegantly to where we all want to get to, that is level 4, you need to adopt in level 3 new thinking. Because what got you to the place where you're spinning the right plates and doing it all on your own, it needs to be deconstructed. The way that you got there is not the way that you're going to get to level 4. So I want you to imagine, like if we were to plot, and if I had a little if I could draw on a whiteboard, if I had we call it post-it notes behind me, here's what I would do. I would draw these 4 levels out, and then I'd make this wavy cut line, this separation line between levels 2 and level 3. Because what got you to success in level 2 is not what's going to get you to success in level 4. There needs to be a deconstruction in the way that you're thinking and relating to your business so that you can actually hire the right team members. You can unhinge your self-worth and largely your identity from your business. And that takes a lot of emotional, strategic, mindset support. So it's new thinking that's required to make the shift into level 3 and level 4. It's new support in terms of task, emotional support, and strategic support, those 3 pieces. And you need the right tools, systems, and processes to accelerate through phase 3, which can be a little dicey as you're dipping a toe into hiring, sometimes firing, replacing, or rejigging the right people in your business. So that's what I wanted to share with you ladies today. You must be gobsmacked because I'm not seeing any comments, ladies. So there's a little nudge for you. If you're here watching live or replay, let me know what is your hashtag golden nugget from what I've shared from you today in the 4 phases of business growth, where you're at and what it's going to take to accelerate into level 4, which is where we all want to get to, where you're making multiple 6 figures. It's not all on you. You got a team of cheerleaders that are committed and high specialization rock stars. You know what I mean? People that are helping you row the boat to create impact in your business. So that's what I want to share with you today. Here's the thing. If, my dear, you realize that you are approaching level 3 or in the muck of level 3, where you know what plates to spin and you're trying to attract the right people so you can spin more of them more consistently and grow at an elevated pace. If you identify that you are approaching or currently in level 3 and you are determined that in 2020, this next new year, you are going to accelerate beyond and get finally, hallelujah, to level number 4, then I have a special invitation for you. If you want to double your income in 2020, if you want to make it beyond the 200K in your business, if you want to earn more and actually work less, yes, And if you want to be able to recover from whatever hiring setbacks, challenges, or growing pains you encounter in level 3, if you want to accelerate through those more quickly, and you want the accountability to stay focused on what's truly going to accelerate you through phase 3, then here's what you need to know. I am inviting a very small and very amazing group of women to work with me privately in 2020 in my favorite way to work with women, which is the Unshakable Business Leader Program. It is a high-level private coaching, mastermind, and live retreat bonanza, if you will, for highly committed female business leaders in level 3 that are ready to accelerate to level 4, where you know what plates to spin in your business to create consistent and beautiful income, but you are no longer willing to do it all on your own, and you want to get to the level where you are gracefully hiring team, you are growing your impact, and it is no longer all on you, then baby, this is tailor-made for you. The Unshakable Business Leader Program. Just imagine working with me and 8 other high commitment, high caliber, legit businesswomen from around the globe to accelerate through phase 3 and onto phase 4. Cheers to that, my dear. Love to see you in there. So I'll drop the link in the comments below if you want more information. The program gets going in early 2020, and I'm already inviting women into that program. So thank you for joining me today. Let me know in the comments, where are you right now in your business? Do you identify with level 1, 2, 3, or 4? What has been your fear, your main fear at each level of that business? And what has allowed you to accelerate through? Let me know. Is it just me making this shit up? Or is what I'm sharing with you actually showing up in the trajectory of your business on what are the fears and what makes or breaks you progressing to the next level? All right. Cannot wait to read your comments. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. Mwah! More good stuff coming at you as the week progresses. Take care for now.